Fellas. We are now here on episode 6 of Behind the Banter. And here's what I'm going to go and tell you guys. We played a little bit of golf this morning and afternoon. And we were, in fact, feeling a little out of it. And this out, the word out, will tie in to what we're going to talk about for our first topic. So as always, it's BK.
JVD, welcome back.
Absolutely. The fellas were feeling a little out of it. Alright? We went to a Culver's. And I made the horrible mistake of playing golf in the sun without mixing in some H2O. So it was very difficult to eat, rallied, got some blue Powerade, got a nice little butter burger and some curds, feeling good, took a nice little showie, feeling fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
But we were feeling out of it. And that'll make sense.
He was mainly feeling out of it. I felt okay all day.
We're all unison, we're speaking French, but out, because J.J. McCarthy's out for the season, and that'll be topic number 1 here. He is injured. Very unfortunate.
He sure is. Meniscus, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's having surgery. He will miss the entirety of his rookie season. It's a real shame for the Vikings because I feel like they've just... there's another guy on the Vikings that got hurt for the year.
Darnold?
No,
the guy who was a rookie last year?
Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
But yeah, so now they got to ride with good old Sammy Darnold.
Oh yeah.
So, I think Darnold was going to start the season anyways.
I thought so too.
Personally, but yeah, I'm sure for Vikings fans, just like when a rookie quarterback comes in and he's not projected to start right away, it's like you just wait for the team to start off 2-5, and then your rookie gets a chance. So. Tough for Vikings fans.
Yeah, and we slandered him last week in the pod.
We did slander him.
We did slander him or I did specifically. But to J.J. McCarthy, you're probably not listening. No one you know is probably listening, but we're rooting for you.
Get well soon, J.J. McCarthy. Yeah, basically, BK slander turned into torn meniscus out the season.
I'm a wizard.
Yeah, that's tough for JJ.
Huzzah.
But on the other bright side, we have football to watch.
Yeah.
We've been watching some preseason games.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not watching the games, but watching the highlights, keeping track of what's going on.
All a normal person does.
Yeah, I mean, if you're invested in preseason games, then you're a real football guy.
We were approached with the offer of actually heading to a Bears preseason game, and I had zero interest.
I was thinking about going to the Bears game today. They played the Bengals.
Preseason game.
Yeah, it's a preseason game.
You gotta specify preseason.
Well, yeah, it's a preseason game, but it's the first... The only reason I was intrigued was because this was the first time that Caleb Williams would be playing at Soldier Field.
Yeah.
So
the
I thought about
1 to 2 drives.
I thought about it. I think he played the whole first quarter today.
Oh, did he?
Maybe a little bit in the second, yeah.
He had an otherworldly pass.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, you've heard me say it multiple times on this cast. I've compared him to Patrick Mahomes, and Tyreek Hill himself actually came out today and said, he kind of reminds me of ... But we all know who he's insinuating. He doesn't mean Tua.
Word for word, he said, Caleb Williams so nice. He reminds me of ... The initials are PM. Put that together.
Lamar Jackson.
Yes. But was thinking about going to the game, and then I saw tickets would be $75, and I was like, for a preseason game, I'd rather spend $200, in a game in November and watch Caleb Williams the whole time. So, The fellas decided to go golfing instead. It was a hot, humid day. The course was slow. The dogs were good.
They had some pretty good dogs.
The dogs were good. The beers were flowing.
Free donuts. That was
complimentary donut. Before the round started. That was awesome.
Yeah, he came up. It was the guy who was in charge of the carts. Yeah, the starter. And he's like, do you guys want a donut? And everyone's looking around. I didn't even hesitate. I was like, yes. And then you hopped in. You're like, I can't say no.
How are you going to turn down a free Dunkin' Donut?
I didn't even hesitate.
Yeah, you can't just
take that down.
Yeah, you can't turn that down. So yeah, I decided to do that instead of the Bears game. But don't worry, we will be going to a Bears game this year. I'll drag BK along as well.
I would definitely like to see Caleb Williams play. That's for sure. That guy is going to be so good.
He had as Brian said, he had an otherworldly pass, falling away, open body, slinging it.
Yeah. The opposite side running. He's not running to the right where, he's going to lean into it. He's running to the left, and he makes that play.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a dot.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's just gonna be something else. So.
Yeah. So, hey, we're getting so close. We're getting so close to the start of the season.
Yeah, we got in
I'm
other
so
news,
excited.
just something I thought was very interesting. I wouldn't say it's necessarily news, more of just a fun little thing to talk about. Jayden Daniels, a picture circulated of him wearing a Marcus Mariota jersey when he was younger, and now he's in the same quarterback room as Marcus Mariota. And I thought that was pretty cool, but then that kind of got me thinking a little bit.
What did it make you think about?
That 2015 NFL draft with Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota. And before we talk about everything, I just want to mention that Jameis Winston had a year where he passed for over 5,000 yards. But I think he had 33 touchdowns and 30
he had
picks.
30 picks.
And then he got LASIK eye surgery.
He led the league in touchdowns and interceptions. But, 2015, Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota, they've been in the league for damn near 10 years now. They didn't live up to be, you know what I mean? But, hey, they're serviceable quarterbacks.
Serviceable is the key word.
They did their job. They keep making rosters. Jameis Winston's the life of the locker room.
Oh, he's the best. That guy's so funny.
Those are two of the better backup QB options in the league.
I think Jameis Winston should be a starter.
Exactly.
I think he's better than Derek Carr, and I don't even think he's close.
What team is Jameis on now?
I think he's on the Saints.
No, I don't think he's on the Saints anymore.
He might have re-signed somewhere, but I don't.
Let's look that up real quick.
Yeah, we better fact check ourselves.
I think he's not on the Saints anymore. He's on the Browns. I knew it.
He actually might get playing time. If Deshaun Watson can stay healthy.
Yeah, he's definitely their number 2. But yeah, they've done their job. Best job in the world, backup quarterback.
I would say maybe a punter. Actually, no, you're getting paid backup quarterback money.
You're getting paid. You're getting paid veteran quarterback money.
Mm-hmm.
They are both veterans in the league. They're getting paid veteran quarterback money. They get to play 3 to 5 games a year.
If you might get a few snaps.
Yeah, exactly. So, props to them.
Oh yeah, we're up 40. We're down 40. It's time.
Yeah, exactly. They come in, or the starter gets hurt. They're in the game.
A good backup. Look at Jake Browning. Last year, that guy came out of nowhere and he started winning games. Not they really mattered too much, but he was winning some games.
Or Tyson Bagent for the Bears.
Yeah.
He was a rookie. He was a rookie last year. He won the backup job, and he actually played well.
He should have kept the starting job because he looked a lot better than Justin Fields.
I don't think so, but for an undrafted rookie out of a D3 university, Shepherd, Tyson Bagent, you're the man. Speaking of Tyson Bagent, Hard Knocks episode 2 was out this week.
Yeah, love Hard Knocks.
Featured some good Bagent moments, some good Caleb Williams moments. For all you Hard Knocks viewers out there, enjoy. It's just so good. It's such a great. I know he doesn't watch it.
I'd be open to.
Dude, it's just such a great I
don't have HBO.
It's just so cool to see behind the scenes.
Behind the banter?
Behind the banter. Get behind the banter, get behind the scenes. It's just cool to see, the ins and outs of training camp day in and day out. And then preseason games, how they prepare for it. They know it's preseason, but they prepare for it like a regular game.
Yeah, that's true. I saw, who's the coach? It was Gerard Mayo of the Patriots. I saw something today where he said, if anyone fights in practice, if you're a starter and you fight in practice, he's going to make you play a whole preseason game. And then if you're a backup and you fight in practice, you're not playing at all in the preseason game. I saw that and I'm like, that is the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
But
that is stupid. Oh, you fought, so you're gonna play the whole preseason game? You got him.
Well, for the backups, that matters.
Well, yeah, but it's just
because that's players make rosters because of preseason games.
Yeah.
Players, they make a lot of money because of shining out in training camp and preseason games.
Yeah, but you're just going to do that because they fight in practice? Maybe once?
Well, I don't know. If you fight in practice, why are you fighting in practice, first of all? I understand it gets heated in competition, but if you're a backup no name and you're trying to pick a fight with a starter...
Who says you're picking the fight, though? No one said who's picking the fight.
Well, obviously...
Fighting.
Well, okay, fight.
I could punch you in the face, and then you could push me back, and then you could equally get in as much trouble depending on who
I don't think he said that. I think he said if you... I'm sure he means if you pick a fight. Like if you involuntarily get hit, you're not gonna be like punished for that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Like
but I don't know. I just think that's something for it's his first year, right?
Yeah,
yeah. That's just a corny thing to say for your first year. Oh, don't fight in my practice, or else you're gonna play the whole preseason. Like
I think he's gonna be a really good coach.
I almost dropped almost 6 in a row of F-bombs, but not there.
He just can't help himself.
I'm a bad boy.
He can't help himself.
It's a hot cast.
It's a hot cast. But no. I think he's gonna be a good coach.
I can see it, but he's really, really dealing with quite the situation over there. They left him scraps. They have no athletes in the receiving core. They have no.
When have they had athletes in their receiving core?
Randy Moss.
How long ago was that?
They had Julian Edelman.
How long ago was that? That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm saying they had guys.
Okay,
even Amendola was an athlete.
I'm talking about like the last 5 years. They've had
Wes
nobody.
Welker. They love them white boys.
They've had nobody over the last 5 years. Like N'Keal Harry. Like
Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah, he's their number one. Did they draft a wide receiver this year?
Who knows?
They might have, but yeah, I mean
they got
the Patriot way. Like they just don't pay wide receivers. That's like how they roll.
I mean, you don't need to. I mean,
it definitely helps.
There was one coach who was laughing at the concept of a wide receiver one. I don't remember who it was. Did you see this quote?
Mm-mm.
It was this guy. It was the Green Bay Packers coach. It was LaFleur. So he was watching all this Ayuk drama. He's like, that's so funny watching this guy complain about being receiver one. He's like, receiver number one over in my camp doesn't mean anything. Which is true, because every guy in the receiving core for the Green Bay Packers gets the ball. That's just the way that they're all... Like, that's how it should be for every team.
Well, I mean, like, there's obviously guys that are better than others. Like,
well, yeah, but that guy's going to... If he's going to get open, he's going to get the ball more than everyone else.
Like, if you have Justin Jefferson on your team, like, you're obviously going to lean towards targeting more per game, right?
But he's only going to get more action because, I mean, think of this. I mean, the guy's obviously the number one target. He's going to get open. But picture in a scenario where the ball's going to 3 other guys at the same time and you have to worry about Jefferson, someone is going to get open every time. So
yeah, but it's up to those guys to make the catches.
Yeah.
That seems to be the problem.
So
brick hands, nice hands, feet.
Nice feet, hands. But there's some big moves for the Atlanta Falcons this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just kind of pivoting off of the Patriots. Judon got traded there for a 3rd-round pick, and free agent Justin Simmons also signed with the Falcons.
He sure did.
So they got dangerous because they already had Jesse Bates, who's good. They needed an edge rusher, got one, got a pretty good safety too. Like,
yeah,
the Falcons might be one of the teams to beat.
Well, I mean, they were, everyone was like a little bit confused with their draft strategy, drafting Penix. Like, they thought they were going to go for defense, but they got their guy. Apparently the Bears also offered a 3rd-round pick, and they decided to go with the Atlanta offer. Do you know why?
Why?
Because they thought Atlanta was going to have a better draft pick than the Bears.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably true.
Do you think so? A better draft pick, like they're gonna be like the worse. Falcons were gonna be a worse team than the Bears.
No, I got you. That's actually a tough one. Both teams could genuinely win between 9 and 12 games.
That was the decision. They decided to go with the Falcons because they thought that they were gonna have a worse record than the Bears and they would have a better draft pick.
I would have been okay as the Bears to offer them a 2nd-round pick for Judon. That guy's a dog.
Then there's a lot of rumors flying around that Poles is going to go after Micah Parsons. Because Jerry won't pay him.
Dude, Jerry Jones is such a clown. Every team I like is just the worst owner. Jerry Jones, he sucks. Then I got to deal with Jerry Reinsdorf, he sucks. It's like, what am I going to do? And Jerry Reinsdorf owns 2 of the teams I like, the Bulls and the White Sox. It just sucks, man. About to lose 100 games for 7 away. It's like, can I catch a break? And then you're publicly going after CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons. You're like, well, there's no big deal if we extend him. And you just, like, what are you doing? Just pay him. You want to win a game? You just said we're going all in. And then you don't do anything. And you sit there mocking people, laughing about it. You geriatric piece of shit. Fuck.
Clip that, chat.
I'm sick of it.
No, I mean, that was actually a rumor. It was like, okay, Poles is playing chess, not checkers, because now there's going to be less competition for Micah Parsons.
Apparently, man. It's just... And then you got Dak Prescott, who wants... Like, whatever happened to the... Like, at least Tony Romo back in the day was like, you know what? I'm going to take a... Even Patrick Mahomes! He's like, I'm going to take a pay cut so I can win championships. Win a championship, man. No one wants to watch you get knocked out first round. Like, you're telling me you're going to be...
They like getting knocked out first round.
He doesn't know what it's like any other way. It's ridiculous.
Living in hell. Brian BK is living in purgatory.
Just sucks, man. I'm sure a lot of you could relate to most of the nonsense I gotta put up with. At least the Blackhawks were good in the 2010s.
And they're on their way up.
Yeah, they are. It's exciting.
The Blackhawks are on their way up. We will get to some Blackhawks games this year for sure.
What about Chicago Sky games?
Nice stadium they play in Wintrust.
That's not what I asked. Are we going to go?
No. I don't care about the Chicago Sky. I just don't care.
You bigot.
No, I just don't care.
Bigot.
How many games have you gone to?
When do you want to start?
How many games have you gone to?
Do you want to start with my first game?
Yeah.
Hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. Exactly.
This guy's getting a little salty. He's a saltine cracker.
No, I mean, he's saying I don't want to go. I mean, I don't want to go. I simply do not want to go to a Sky game.
I'm sitting back.
Just like I don't want to go to a Sacramento Kings game.
I would go to a Sacramento King game.
Cool.
They win, they light the beam. That's going to be sick.
Yeah, bet.
It's actual competition, too.
Go ahead. What's stopping you?
The fact that is halfway across the United States.
You worried about a vacation?
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to fly out there specifically for it. But if I had the chance to go to a Sacramento Kings game, I'd be like, oh, that's really cool. I would. De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, come on now.
Mm-hmm. I'd go to a women's Final Four game.
Did you?
I would. That'd be cool.
If I got it for free, I wouldn't pay money. No, no hate. It's just like, I don't know. It's like I barely even...
I would have loved to see Caitlin Clark last year. That would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
That's a historic thing.
That'd probably be the only person I would actually like. Because the thing is, I don't even care about college basketball in the first place.
I'd see Haley Van Lith.
Sheesh.
Or the Cavender twins.
Why? Why do you want to see them?
Good basketball players.
I see.
They go to Miami. Be a cool place to go.
Yeah, you and your snow bunnies.
Miami.
Mm-hmm. I'm out here in Miami.
How we feeling, Miami? They do call me Mr. Worldwide.
Looking for my hoochie daddy.
Enough Sky talk. Hey, I hope the Sky do well. I don't even know if the season's going on right now.
Yeah. So, another. Kind of speaking about Sacramento. I know it's not in Sacramento.
A lot of condensation today.
Oh yeah, I put these in the freezer.
It's
They're ice
today.
cold and it's dripping. Kind of like my fit. Yeah, but anyways, interesting news. Coach Harbaugh for the Chargers. He went ahead and he offered Colin Kaepernick a job as the quarterback coach, and he said, "No, sir." I mean, he changed his mind. I'm thinking about it, but he said, "I still think I could take a team to a championship." After being out of the league all these years, after putting up a horrendous quarterback rating in his past couple, he's going to turn down a coaching job? That's insane.
Banter me that.
He could have made a lot more money and actually got a foot in the door to actually come back. If who knows? Maybe a couple guys go down on the Chargers roster and you're the quarterback coach and you're right there.
I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can do that.
I mean, I don't think he's ever going to come back to the league.
No, I don't know why he's holding on to that pipe dream. Like, dude, get over it. It's over for you, buddy.
He's sitting too far down on obviously it was a big controversy when he knelt during the anthem,
that's
all
not
that.
Even, dude, when's the last time he played an NFL game?
I know, but I'm saying he's being so stubborn as to what he's trying to stick to because he's like, oh, the comeback, because that's like the only thing interesting about him now. Well, and no one cares.
Well, it's just
he just thinks people care.
When's the last time he played in a football game?
That's what I'm saying. He was terrible. I remember there was one of his last years. He played against the Bears, and I think he had like 4 or 5 picks and like a 15 QBR or something. And then that was
good.
Yeah, no, he was. I mean, he was good because he's like athletic, mobile. He was ahead of his time.
Dude, he's like old now.
Yeah, he's in his 30s.
Colin Kaepernick is 36 years old.
But he's going to make it back.
And Jim Harbaugh changed his mind. He said no.
Jim Harbaugh changed his mind?
Yeah, that's the first thing. Chargers Jim Harbaugh reverses decision on Colin Kaepernick.
Because the guy probably said some head-ass stuff.
The last time he played in the NFL was 2016.
What was his last game?
I don't know what his last game was, but the dude only played in the NFL for 4 years or 5 years, from 2012 to 2016.
He didn't carry that Niners roster to this. I mean, in the playoffs he did pretty well, but Alex Smith went down, and he had to go in there and do what he needed to do, which is what you want. It's like Nick Foles. He Nick Foles it, and then Nick Foles the same thing. Got some contracts, but he was never that great.
No,
he just had one miracle Cinderella run, and that's what Kaepernick had.
But at the same time, the last time you played in the NFL was 2016. You nobody's gonna. Why would they take a chance? You'd rather have like an undrafted rookie than signing 36-year-old Colin Kaepernick, who last played in the NFL in 2016.
I mean, it looks like he didn't do too terrible in his.
That's not my point. It's just like
he did better than I thought.
8 years ago. That was 8 years ago. You're 36 now. Give it up.
Yeah, I mean,
give it up.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
So crazy. I mean, yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't take that job.
I mean, the thing is, he probably said some head-ass stuff, like I'm saying, and it probably had him rescind the offer. Because Harbaugh's trying to get him back. And he's like, hey, you clearly love football. You're still doing this. Come on, let's see what you got. Help me out. You took me to a Super Bowl. We work side by side. Let me do you this. And he probably said some head-ass stuff where, if you publicly rescind the offer, something behind the scenes happened that they're not telling us about. But he's not going to air the guy out because he's professional.
No, I mean, yeah. Well, Kaepernick probably was like, no, I want to play. And Harbaugh was like, dude, make it up.
And he probably realized, he's like, great, now there's a controversy to my team just by doing this. I don't want that attention.
Yeah.
That guy's no nonsense.
Harbaugh was also videoed today catching passes from Justin Herbert.
I love Harbaugh.
Absolute better hands than Quentin Johnson.
What did they do to him? They said something where they gave him an NCAA ruling after he left for the NFL.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
It seemed like a slap in the face. They're just you break up with a girlfriend, and then a week later, she's like, oh, I'm so good. It's just some petty stuff.
Speaking of NCAA, the fellas, I'm now an owner of the video game NCAA 25.
And I'm now the owner of him because number 13 Texas, or actually no, number 13 LSU upset Texas with about a 40 bomb.
Not by 40.
Well, it was a 40 bomb. That's when
he
I scored.
scored 39.
And then we ran it back.
And he won again.
What were the teams we played with?
Colorado, and he was Kansas.
I was Kansas. The jet sweep is broken for anyone who plays.
The jet sweep is broken. Colorado is not very good. They don't have any O-line whatsoever. Shador and Travis Hunter are very good, but other than that...
I dropped 59 points on him with Kansas.
That was tough. And then we decided to play 2K, and then I dusted him, so... Call it even.
I will admit, he's beat me by 12, and we were doing all-time teams, and I was the all-time Lakers, and I didn't realize Jerry West had a clip on him like that, and I started pulling, I got him on fire, so I started pulling contested threes. I literally was hitting everything, and it went from 12 to 4-point game, and then he ended up winning, but, you were scared for a little bit. You're like, oh my God.
I was just kind of I'll let him have his fun.
No, you were trying.
But he was all-time Lakers, I was all-time Thunder. I think the Lakers should win that game.
I mean, it got serious because he was up by 8, and then I was sitting in the back with the recliner, and then there was a point where he scored on me.
That was in the first quarter still.
And I paused it, put it forward, I looked at him, and I leaned forward, he just starts laughing at me.
Because it's like that meme, it's time to lock in.
Dude, you have to lock in.
You have to lock in.
You cannot be good at a sports game when you're sitting casually like this. You need to be
you gotta lock in.
Zoned, dialed.
But, going back to NCAA football, that is the best football game I've ever played. That is, so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
In my opinion, it blows Madden out of the water. Unless you just love the NFL and you like NFL players, then yeah, play Madden. But the actual gameplay of NCAA is so much better. The stadium pulse, it's a real deal.
The kicks are so dumb in NCAA. That's the only knock.
No, it should be hard though.
For an extra point, I missed 2 extra points in a row.
That's user error.
It was not. It was literally right down the middle, full power. Then there was this one stadium pulse bar while I'm home that's going like this.
Yeah.
And they just shanked. It's what? What do you mean?
You got the wiggly. You got the yips.
I didn't get to yips.
You got the yips.
There was literally a point where after that I just stopped. I went for 2. No matter how much I was up by, it was like 3 possessions at a point. I just kept going for 2. I'm like, I don't care. You don't go for a PATs in that game. Just go for 2. You're better off.
But yeah, so much fun. They like the atmosphere. The stadium atmosphere is just so cool. The band's playing. They play Mo Bamba when it's like 3rd and long. Like the defense gets, it's awesome. It's a great game. I recommend it to anybody.
Definitely got to get it.
Definitely
maybe the fellows will do a franchise stream one day. Who knows? We'll take our alumni school,
Western Michigan University.
Western Michigan. Actually,
go Broncos.
There is one more NFL news. One little piece of NFL news we got.
One more tidbit.
Tyreek Hill threw some shade at Noah Lyles. He was mocking him about faking COVID, and he said he would beat him in a one-on-one race.
He did say that, and then Noah Lyles said, "I don't even know who that is."
That is crazy. Everyone knows who Tyreek Hill is. Like, come on.
Yeah, he said, "I don't even know who that is." I mean, I'd watch that race.
Like, there are certain guys, like, if Bears legend Kevin White were to be like that to Noah Lyles, he'd be like, I don't know who you are. But you cannot say that to Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill's the number 1 player in the NFL as voted by the players.
If it was me as Noah Lyles and I had something to say, I'd be like, didn't you have a few things with beating
I wouldn't
spouses?
say anything like that. I would say, if I was Noah Lyles, I would say, let's race, buddy.
He's scared. He's rattled. The stadium pulse was too big.
I mean,
who is this? We know who Tyreek Hill is.
I don't, realistically, if Tyreek Hill was in the 100-meter dash in the Olympics, I don't think he would even qualify for the finals.
He's very fast.
I know he's very fast.
He played track. I don't know how good he'd be.
I don't think he'd medal.
But that's just a dumb thing. It's like, why are you coming after Olympic runners? It
was because it was this Adidas thing. So Devin Booker, so Noah Lyles is an Adidas athlete. Mm-hmm. Devin Booker is an Adidas athlete. There was an event where they were unveiling Devin Booker's new shoe, and Noah Lyles was supposed to be there, and he basically was like, "No, I'm not going. I don't care." And everyone was up in arms about that. They were like, "He's an Adidas athlete. He should be there." They're both Olympic gold medalists. It had to do with the Olympics.
Yeah, actually, no. I guess when you put it in the Olympic perspective,
yeah, they're both. You know what I mean? So, and then that's kind of how the whole thing started, where people started hating on Noah Lyles.
Yeah, but Tyreek Hill popping in there, he's no business. That guy just likes to yap.
He's a good football player, though.
Oh, he's a phenomenal football player. Best receiver in football.
No doubt. Best player in football, as voted by the players.
No, it's still Mahomes. If you were to vote by behind the Banter standards, it would definitely be Patrick Mahomes 1, probably Tyreek Hill 2, probably McCaffrey 3.
Caleb Williams 4.
Maybe one day. I would say McCaffrey 3. Who would you put at 4? It's a tough one.
Maybe Parsons or TJ Watt.
I don't think either of them are number 4. They're good. Definitely
Lamar.
top 10. No, Lamar is just...
No, you don't like Lamar. You have a vendetta against Lamar.
He's not as good as everyone says.
He's good.
No, he isn't. I'm talking you need success in the games that matter the most. McCaffrey, dog. He's been doing it for years. Hill, dog years. Obviously, Mahomes is number 1 because of his playoff record. Even if it's a 47-year-old Brady, I'd probably even have Brady at 1 just because you know what he could do. I feel
Can't put Brady at 1. It's crazy.
I feel like even Fred Warner could even pop up at the 4 spot. That guy's a dog.
Better than Parsons and TJ Watt?
For all around, yes. Because that guy could make tackles, he could sack the quarterback, he could drop in coverage. An all-around player.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, so it's your all-around player.
TJ Watt and Michael Parsons are game changers in themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. So is Myles Garrett.
I mean, yeah, but I personally... I think I put TJ Watt and Parsons above Myles Garrett.
I don't know if I can do that, but I respect your opinion.
Yeah, thank you.
Because it's very valid.
It's a very valid argument to have.
Yeah. So I think that has it for the NFL. And we got some...
Well, last point.
Sure.
It's obviously fantasy season. So good luck in your fantasy drafts, everybody.
Yeah.
Those will be coming up this next couple weeks. I'm excited. I'm thrilled, in fact. Who's number 1 this year? Who's number 1 off the board? Who's number 1 overall player?
Probably McCaffrey.
McCaffrey or Tyreek Hill?
Yeah. I would say McCaffrey just because he gets a bunch of touches and he's such a pivotal point of the Niners offense.
I know, but he has an injury history.
Not
he
the
said
Niners as much.
Well, how long was he on the Niners?
I mean, he just stopped having injuries once he left the Panthers.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, Hill, if you honestly, even if you wanted to make a decision between CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, McCaffrey, this is fantasy standards, not like who's the best player. But like there are guys who excel in fantasy but might not be a top 10 player in football.
No, I understand that.
But yeah, I mean, it's just the Breece Hall. I've been hearing a lot about Breece Hall being a very.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be fantastic.
I think he's good. I just don't think he's like the guy everyone makes him out to be.
He's gonna be good. He's gonna be.
I think he's good. I just don't think he's.
He got hurt.
Yeah, I guess.
Breece Hall's gonna be insane, dude.
I guess.
Breece Hall is gonna be drafted in the first round, in the late first round.
Yeah, absolutely. First round pick. And fantasy, 100%.
McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra, Jamar Chase. Bijan
is going to work his way up there.
Justin Jefferson, Breece Hall, A.J. Brown.
Because he doesn't have Arthur Smith anymore, Bijan. So he'll actually get touches.
How do you think Saquon's going to do this year?
Good, but let me get this point out the way before we talk about Saquon. I had Bijan Robinson in fantasy last year, and there was a game where they said he was like a game-time decision, and they ended up getting fined because they gave him one snap the entire game. Yeah. I was so mad. That lost me a fantasy game.
Yeah, I also was in the same boat. I had Bijan.
I remember we were yapping about it. We're like, what is going on? Like, we're ridiculous.
Yeah.
Us fantasy people matter.
We matter.
Keep us in the loop. Come on.
That's why Arthur Smith is on. We're fighting for money here.
Actually, no, he's on the Steelers now, right? Arthur Smith?
I don't know.
He's got something. But, yeah, NFL news. I think, I forgot to answer your question. Saquon Barkley is going to fit in well with the Eagles just because he's not going to have to be overused like he was on the Giants. And he'll have a better O-line, he'll have a better all-around team, but I still see him getting injured at some point. It's just
the curse of the running back.
Yeah. But, MLB time?
MLB time.
I think we
Jayden Duran.
Yeah. Me too. I know what you're talking about first. Jaren Duran.
We all know what he said.
He had some very colorful things to say to a fan. One, I don't think he my thing about people talking like that is he didn't know the guy was gay or anything like that. That's just how some people talk. Was he? No, I doubt it. The guy doesn't know anything about him.
Was the guy gay?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm saying he's not saying it because he hates him for who he is. People just say you ever see the South Park episode with the Harley Riders?
Well,
they call him, it's like you don't call him that because you hate gay people. You just call him that because that's the word that comes to mind.
Well, it's just a word. I can only imagine the amount of times that's dropped on a professional sports field, whether it be football, basketball, baseball. The only problem was it got picked up by Mike. Mm-hmm. That's literally the only problem. And then he got suspended for 2 games for saying that?
My guess is that word is probably used the most in the NBA.
Okay, that doesn't matter.
No,
all I'm saying is
guess. I played enough Xbox Live on 2K, and I've talked to enough people to understand what kind of people use that word the most, and who gets uncomfortable the most by saying gay things to them.
All I'm saying is, he got suspended for 2 games.
Is dumb.
And
who cares?
It's Boston.
Yeah.
It's Boston.
There's 2 things I have to say. One, I looked it up because I wanted to hear what some of the media outlets are saying. And someone ripped on Liam Hendricks. They're like, Liam Hendricks isn't the ally everyone says he is because he didn't bash him publicly. You're going to bash your teammate for saying something to a fan harassing him? The fan probably thought nothing was going to get said, and he got shut up. And then all of a sudden it's Liam Hendricks' job to say it. And then secondly... his jersey sales skyrocketed after that, which is hilarious. Because the same with the Harrison Butker stuff.
Yeah.
It's like people are tired of this cancel culture nonsense where it's like, dude, people are going to say stuff. People are going to do whatever. Get over it. So they're just going to support him by buying his jersey. It's so funny. Because it's the opposite of what you think is going to happen.
Well, the funny part was I saw on Twitter, people were like, oh, I can't believe they did it in Boston. Those people must be so upset. It's Boston. You know what I mean?
Don't look up what they said to Adam Jones in center field.
Dude, it's Boston.
He said some bad stuff.
This isn't. I don't even know. This is not. It's not. L.A. Like, it's Boston.
I mean, it's bad. People say stuff like that everywhere. That's what people will never understand. People are going to say things. People are going to act a certain way. But the thing is, that doesn't reflect the whole fan base. But there are people, no matter what, that are going to say the things that people tell them not to say. It's just going to be like that forever, and there's nothing anyone can do to change any of that.
As I said again, the only problem with this was that it got picked up by a microphone. And then, I mean, the Red Sox, as an organization, had to do something.
They didn't have to.
Well, I feel like any organization would have done something.
He didn't look at some black dude and call him a racial slur.
I understand, but
I'm
just saying.
Something this guy's chirping him, and he said something back.
In this day and age, there's not one professional sports organization that would not have done something. They have to.
I mean, yeah, you don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice. That's exactly my point.
Because you're bullied into doing that.
That's exactly my point.
It's pathetic. It's pathetic. If you're bullied into doing something because other people tell you to, instead of actually taking offense as the organization and doing it out of the goodness of your heart, then it was a poor decision in the first place because it wasn't your decision. Your hand was just forced. It's pathetic. It's genuinely pathetic.
Every single organization would have done that.
Yeah, they're all pathetic for doing that. But
it's the day and age.
If an organization ever suspends a guy for saying something behind closed doors with an out of media outlet picking it up, then I'll respect them because clearly that actually meant something to them where they took action. But no, they got bullied by people who don't even watch baseball.
Well,
they got bullied.
Also, I mean, I think the counterpoint to it is like, okay, he's technically working. He's at work when that happened. What if you said that? What if you said that when you were at work?
I'd be fine.
You'd be fine?
Yeah.
Like, you said that to a person that you're working with.
Well, I wouldn't, because it's completely different when you're an MLB player compared to that.
I understand.
I just wouldn't.
But I'm saying, what if you did? Probably wouldn't have a job anymore.
Yeah, no, I guess if that standard. I thought you just said, like, saying it. But
no, not to your, like, coworker right here.
Oh, you're talking about, like, to someone that, like, I'm trying to... Okay.
Yeah, like a customer or...
Well, I just wouldn't do that.
I know. You think Jaren Duran like meant to do that?
And I guess not. There is such thing as locker room talk.
I understand that. That's what I know.
Yeah, no, you're making a good point.
I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
No, you're making a good point.
You're making a good point. Like if I said that,
I'm wrong.
You say that to a client, or you say that in your workspace and somebody hears you, like chances are you don't have a job anymore.
I guess it's a kind of an extreme thing to compare it to a client when you're saying it to a fan who's heckling you.
What is a fan? Kind of a client of the team.
Well, what if they're not a fan of the team but of the other team?
Well, they're still.
I'm assuming if you're chirping Jaren Duran, you're probably not a Red Sox fan.
Well, they're also they're a client of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I guess so.
We are all clients. Us fans, we're clients.
It is, but the thing is, Jaren Duran is so pivotal to the Red Sox organization.
Oh yeah.
That like they're not going to fire him.
No, I'm just saying.
All I gotta say is, if me theoretically say I was the top salesman in the organization I work for, and I got one thing where I said one thing to a client, I'd probably get a warning. I probably wouldn't get fired if I was the top performer.
Depends.
But if I was the guy who they're looking for a reason to kick out of there, like say I was I don't know, say I was Franchi Cordero when he was back there. Yeah, like say you're someone who isn't good at your job and you do that, yeah, you're probably gone. But if you're the top dog, like they're going to be like, don't do that again, you idiot.
You have a longer leash.
Yeah, exactly. It depends who you are.
Yeah. That's a good point I made though. That
is my counter to your point.
Yeah, that's a devil's advocate right there. Yeah. I'm not taking either side. Obviously, Jaren Duran should not have said that. I'm sure
you could have just been like, shut the F up or whatever.
I'm sure he spent his 2 days off learning and bettering himself.
He probably didn't care one bit whatsoever.
I'm sure Jaren Duran spent the time, probably took a course or two and learned.
I sincerely doubt that. He probably was sitting there talking to everyone and be like, this is the stupidest thing that's ever happened to me ever. Because here's the thing.
I'm joking.
I know you are. I know you are. But it wasn't some person with a big old rainbow flag who's dressed a certain way who, like, you could tell their orientation. That wasn't who he said it to. He just said it to a random dude in the stands. Like, it wasn't something that was intended to be hateful and derogatory where you're ripping on a person because of who they are. You just said a word.
Yep.
Like, there's a difference between if you aim that word at someone who fits a certain demographic compared to like just. But again, you're right. He is in a professional setting. He's in a workplace. Why even bring that extra attention to yourself? So
at the end of the day, he should not have said that, and I'm sure he will never say that again out loud. Keep it up here, Jaren. Keep it up here.
Yeah, but that's the All-Star Game MVP.
He's a good player. He's an exciting young player. I hope he took his courses and learned well.
Speaking of blunders, I think you know what I'm going to talk about next in regards to baseball. Let's see if you can fill in the blank for me. Talking about a recent blunder this week.
A recent blunder?
Something you chirped me a lot about.
Grady Sizemore.
Mm-hmm.
So, to set the scene. Aaron Judge is at home run number 299. Looking to be the youngest and fastest player to 300 career home runs. They're in guaranteed rate field.
The G-spot.
Beating the White Sox by 4 runs in the top of the 8th inning. 6-2, top of the 8th inning. Yankees are winning. Grady Sizemore decides to intentionally walk Juan Soto.
With the runner on second already.
The runner on second. Which is, I mean, that makes no difference. Runner on second. So now he's got him for a second. He decides to intentionally walk Juan Soto down 4 in the 8th inning to bring up none other than all rise Aaron Judge.
Let me make a quick point. Juan Soto, the game before, had 3 home runs.
Not like Aaron Judge has much power.
No, I'm just saying. But he had a 3 home run game. Anyways.
So here comes Aaron Judge to the plate. The count is 3-0. And then he gets a groove right down the middle, and he blasted it out for his 300th career home run. Post game, there's an interview with Aaron Judge. The reporter says, "What'd you think about that intentional walk? Like, that's kind of crazy." And he was like, "Yeah, that kind of pissed me off. Not gonna lie." He said that pissed him off, and that he typically would not swing 3-0. But he said he was pissed off, so he swung and he hit a fucking bomb.
No, he said the word! He said the word!
Wow. He did that, and now people on Twitter were lighting up Grady Sizemore, being like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, you're managing like it's your only 6th game ever.
I know.
You rookie amateur.
But it's like, it's just funny. Like, that's just a I mean... She's interested.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's quite a thing. I mean,
they would intentionally walk Blue.
Yeah, I would too. Did you see they were floating around a rule change where it was starting pitchers have to pitch a minimum of 6
Hold on, before we get to that. What do you think about the Grady Sizemore thing?
I'm so sick and tired of the White Sox.
I understand. I'm not pretend they were 500.
Me personally, you're already down 4. It's Juan Soto, Aaron Judge.
Pitch.
Just pitch to him.
Just pitch.
If you're going to walk... I wouldn't be mad if you walk Soto, then you walk Judge. Because at least you stood by something. But it's... You know what? It's Grady Sizemore. He's fired the boys up a lot. They've been scoring more runs than under Pedro. There's clearly a fire. But, I mean, the guy's new, so I'm not going to rip him
That was
too
just
much.
I understand that, but, like, I mean, it's not like... It's not just Grady Sizemore. You know what I mean? Like, he's talking to the other coaches. So, I mean, it's the coaching staff. I mean, he has to say at the end of the day, but... I just found that crazy. I was just like...
You walk up, you say 4.
I know, I was just like, that's just... Anyways, yes. Go on to the next point.
Yeah.
The MLB is floating a rule change.
I don't think they're going to do it, but they're saying that all starting pitchers need to pitch a minimum of 6 innings.
There's just a little banter.
That's crazy. So what happens if, like, you get rocked? And then
your first inning.
I don't know more details about it. That's just what I saw what it was, but I thought...
Obviously, there would be stipulations. Like, probably, like, if you give up over a certain amount of runs, then you can be taken out. Or
I don't know what that is just probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Or, like, what if you're at 90 pitches through 4 innings? You're out there for another 2.
Not gonna fall off. We're not Tungsten Armo Doyle, man. Like, this is different.
Yeah. I don't know. That was crazy. That's like one of the crazier... But hey, at least the MLB's floating, new ideas. So
yeah. So I mean, beyond that, I guess something we wanted to dive into a little bit was
What do we want to dive into?
The MVP and Cy Young race. The AL MVP is pretty. It's pretty tough, because I mean the four of the top guys are, it's no order. It's Judge, Soto, Witt, and Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that's definitely it's getting pretty competitive.
Which is fun because it's nice to have a competitive. Let's see here.
Yeah, you look at the MVPs.
You also got, like at a long shot, like Jose Ramirez, J-Ram.
J-Ram is top 5 every single year.
He's so
It's
good.
it's a guarantee.
But yeah, well, how about let's play a little game? Do you have the odds up right now?
I have Cy Young odds.
Okay, don't put your phone up. Put your phone up. What do you think the odds are for American League MVP right now? Who do you think is the favorite?
Aaron Judge.
Correct. What do you think the odds are?
Minus 200.
Mm-mm.
Higher or lower?
Heavier odds.
Minus 400.
Heavier.
Minus 600.
Heavier.
Minus 1,000.
Heavier.
Minus 1,200.
Heavier.
2,000.
Minus 1,450.
That's crazy. What is Bobby Witt? He's clearly second.
Plus 600.
Right? Plus 600. Who's third? Henderson.
Juan Soto plus 320, and Henderson is plus 320. Like 3,200. Sorry.
Wow.
That Aaron Judge is currently a minus 14,000 favorite, or 1,400 favorite.
The crazy thing about Judge is his home run ability is so powerful that his WAR is higher than Bobby Witt's, even though Bobby Witt does everything. So that just tells you how good of
Aaron Judge is not a bad outfielder.
He's no Bobby Witt when it comes to defense.
Well, they play different positions, but dude, Aaron Judge has a cannon.
I know, but I'm saying Bobby Witt plays shortstop's probably the hardest position to play on the entire field.
Besides catcher.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's crazy. And then National League, Ohtani's a minus 2,300. So if you want to talk to FanDuel, it seems like they've already locked down the MVP odds.
Ohtani and Judge. Have we seen it before?
Going to Cy Young. American League Cy Young, Tyreek Hill is a minus 2,300.
You want to hear something crazy? I actually am looking at a Cy Young predictor, and they have Emmanuel Clase is the favorite.
He's currently 4th.
You know what? I really think that there should be like bullpen arms, like closers especially, who should be considered. You are the reason your team wins when they put you in the ninth.
Well, who was that Blue Jays pitcher that won it?
What do you mean?
Early 2000s, he was a reliever that won the Cy Young.
I know. Are you thinking of Eric Gagne?
Yeah.
For the Dodgers?
Dodgers, sorry, yeah.
Because I know there was a trend in like the 80s, 90s where it was.
I mean, Dennis Eckersley.
Sparky Lyle.
Trevor Hoffman ever win a Cy Young?
I'm not sure.
Mariano Rivera did not.
Yeah, but like it's like that's the problem with it. It's everything's weighted too much.
There is reliever of the year.
Yeah, but that's just
National League reliever of the year. Robert Suarez is number 1.
Yeah. I mean, I just wish it was something that would happen more often. 1970, the 70s, there was a big Cy Young craze for relief pitchers. It was 1974 was Mike Marshall of the Dodgers, 1977 Sparky Lyle of the Yankees, 1979 Bruce Sutter of the Chicago Cubs. 1984 and in the 80s too, actually, because Willie Hernandez won a Cy Young as a relief pitcher in 1984. Steve Bedrosian, 1987. Mark Davis, 1989. Dennis Eckersley, 1992. Gagne, 2003, and that was the last one.
Yeah.
So there were some crazes in the 70s, 80s where, like, I mean, they're pretty popular. I don't see why that is. Like, Clase has been playing out of his mind. I think he really should be considered. And it's like, if you really want to come down to the team that you're on for some of these things that you talk about, something you really got to consider is Skubal is on the Tigers, who are pretty bad. And then Clase is the closer on the Cleveland Guardians.
Who are the best team in the American League.
Yeah. They've been winning more. Like, he's a huge... he has 37 saves.
It's insane. He's good, man.
Josh Hader is 26, huh?
Clase is fantastic. But...
Oh,
yeah,
he doesn't even the most. Ryan Helsley has the
Most saves, yeah.
Yeah, one more.
That Closet?
Oh my god, dude. Clase has 56 innings pitched with 4 runs given up. A .64 ERA.
Dude,
He's the only sub-1 ERA pitcher on this entire list.
He's insane.
Mm-hmm.
He's insane. But, I mean, yeah, like, I don't know if you can take it away from Scooble. He's been unbelievable.
I think you should. I think the starting pitcher is dumb. It's like the quarterback bias in football. It's just how it goes. Yeah, but I think that's a lot of stuff. So
I think in terms of MVP, I think that's kind of settled. I think it's Judgment Otani, unless there's some magical September.
Pitchers are different though, because you could have 3 blow-up starts in a row and get completely knocked out. So that's going to be the competitive one. But you know what? Just behind that, I have 2 things that I want to bring up before we wrap this up. Not even sports related too much. A little bit. One, I saw an ESPN prop they posted, and it was your favorite left-handed athlete. Who is the best left-handed athlete in all of sports? They consider LeBron a lefty.
What?
Yeah, I guess this is dominant hand.
He doesn't shoot with his left hand, though.
I don't know.
What?
I'm quick to hop at... I mean, obviously Scooble's there, but I think I'm quick to hop at Connor McDavid as the best left-handed athlete in all of sports.
Currently. Sure.
Yeah. Is that something to even debate?
I mean, it's hard to, yeah. Lefties are weird. Lefties are weird people.
I mean, for us righties, we're weird to them.
Chris Sale? He's currently the National League Cy Young winner. Favorite?
Yeah. I mean, I'd say that McDavid, based on talent level, is definitely the best left-handed athlete in all sports.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they didn't even have him on the
time?
list. They had Kershaw on the list. I mean, I guess maybe career record. I mean, even McDavid, though. Like, that guy's...
Phil Mickelson?
Sidney Crosby.
Steve Young?
There's a lot of them. But...
Tua?
He's not even on the list.
Michael Penix?
Penix. Mike Vick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd put Phil Mickelson up there.
Yeah.
Sweet swinging Phil.
Oh, yeah. Now, what do you think this next question I'm going to ask you is?
How the hell would I know?
It's a 2-parter. So, just a little background for what the fellas have been up to. We've been getting a little habit where buddy old boy, old guy, old pal, old friend over here, he comes over and, we fire up the Xbox. And, we hit the Penn Jarvis Green Ellis. We get a nice little feeling great. And then we fire a game up, and that is Call of Duty's Black Ops 2. And not only do we do that, we play some zombies. So that got me thinking, like, why not talk to you guys? If we like zombies, you guys probably do too. We all grew up the same way. Right? Yeah, you're nodding your head right back. So, what is the goated Call of Duty zombies?
Black Ops 2.
Yeah, I said Black Ops 2. Black Ops 1 had some very good maps, some clunky gameplay, but the Easter eggs weren't as good. But the Easter eggs in Black Ops 2 were so powerful. We've been grinding Transit, trying to get it going. And
Transit? People hate on Transit. Transit's my favorite of all time. Favorite map of all time, Call of Duty Zombies.
It's unique.
It's so unique. It's so much fun. Oh, it's such a good time.
But the problem we've been running into is trying to get the Pack-a-Punch open for too long, because the zombies always take down a turbine in a different spot of the map.
Yeah. So, help us out in the comments. How do we keep the Pack-a-Punch open? Do we have to just save up that 10,000 and Pack-a-Punch 2 guns right at the same time? Because we both Pack-a-Punched a gun, then we went outside again and, fought some zombies a little bit, and then we're ready to go. We're ready to go Pack-a-Punch again.
Why'd you get my ray gun pack?
I got a Galil. I'm like, let's go. I'm ready to Pack-a-Punch this Galil, and the door's closed.
Oh my god, you guys would get so mad. We ended up getting knocked out. Like, this was the grittiest game I think I've ever played. We made like 17 rounds.
It was 19.
Yeah, 19, yeah.
19 rounds.
Three of my first four mystery box pulls. So one of them I got a python. That's cool. Two of them were EMP grenades. And cool, any other scenario, you can take out the electric guy, whatever. But one of them was monkeys, so it's like those are now worthless. And then I swear to God, we pulled the Python and Executioner about 10 more times.
And the ballistic knives.
Terrible guns. And we're just screwed. And the thing is, I went on a solo mission because he stayed in the town to try to get the, you blow open the vent vault, you get the turbine going to open up the Pack-a-Punch. I went on a solo mission around the map. And then we were in the little town part, or the lab part, where you go ahead and you get the power on, and you go and you put one of the turbines down to get there. And I jumped down, and I couldn't get back on the bus. No. So I was out of the map, and I was having to train while those things were running at my head. It was terrible. We got so smoked.
And the electric zombie.
Yeah, and then you came back, and you cooked a grenade too long, and you dropped yourself.
Myself.
And I couldn't get into the area to revive him.
I was right there. There was a barrier between us.
It was terrible, but yeah.
I was trying to get a crawler, and I cooked myself.
Yeah, we're working on Transit, but one of my favorite maps... Those have some of my favorite maps. One of them, Alcatraz, goated. There's an Easter egg where if you take a sniper scope and you look off the roof, a jump scare pops up and gets you. I always get my friends with that every time they play. I'll get you because you're going to forget I said this. And then Buried. The one with the giant Leroy guy down there. Yeah, it's a great map.
What's the map on one of the newer Call of Duties? It's with the witches flying around in a circle. You know what I'm talking about?
I think that's Buried. There's witches in Buried.
Is there? It's not Black Ops 2 though.
There's like a haunted house where
it's like
there's witches that come at you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Buried.
No, they'll
take your money if they hit you or something.
Well, there's like a graveyard, and then like you have to like go do this ritual.
Yeah, it's Buried.
I don't think it's Buried though.
It is Buried.
It's like,
and then there's a maze in the back, and then you have to go down this tunnel to get Pack-a-Punch.
Maybe they remade it in a new game.
They might have been something else, but
because like the characters are like these like old classy folks, like a detective and this like redhead girl, and then yeah, you're in the room and the witches fly around trying to chase you, and you have to like train the witches and then kill them.
Oh, you can't train them; they just run at you endlessly. And
well, no, but you can get them to
take your parts and
stuff. Yeah,
yeah, that's Buried. That one's fun because they have that gravity gun where it's unlimited ammo, and there's a glitch where you could like get yourself up with the gravity gun Pack-a-Punched, and you sit on this rooftop and like you're invincible almost. Yeah.
Fun times.
Yeah, we love zombies.
Zombies is so much fun. Everybody loves zombies.
Oh yeah, but fellas, besides that, we've been
Yeah, besides that, I mean tonight we're about to go out and watch my boy Dricus Duplessis fight for Africa in the UFC. Let's go. You make a little money line wager on Dricus. Dricus versus Israel Adesanya to crown the champion of Africa in the UFC. So the fellas better get moving because the fight's happening in about an hour and we got to get going.
Yeah. So
enjoy the fights. streameast has been seized by the Homeland Security.
Oh yeah, that should have been talked about immediately.
streameast has been
Breaking
seized.
news.
By,
Why didn't we talk about that?
It's been seized by Homeland Security, so try a different site. That's really tough for all of us streamers out there.
So we gonna get ritualistic here? Uh-oh, I pulled the mic.
Party foul.
Yeah, I did. I need the mic to pick this up.
Alright, ready?
You have one shot.
Come closer. Ready? Nope. That was good.
That's good enough. Fellas, smell ya.